this is Charlie Mato-Toyela with Blue Bear Flutes and bluebearflutes.com, our website where you'll find the latest and greatest Native American flutes. I've said that so many times on the web today. In any case, this is a Native American flute, and as you probably recognize it from some of my other videos, I talk about making these and playing these and most everything about this. I do have some other things that I do in life other than make flutes, believe it or not. My wife and I like to travel. We like to be healthy. We like to farm and garden, and there's graphic parts of farming that I'm not going to discuss with you today because this is a flute channel. But I wanted to share some things with you that may help you out as they have helped me. And this is basically how to stay positive in a very troublesome world that we live in today. Now, I don't have to convince you that it's troublesome. Some people with a lot better algorithms than I have on YouTube have done a really good job of that already. And does that mean that it is bad or difficult or that it's troubling? Yeah, there's things like that. But there's also the other side of those things too. There's some beauty, some greatness, some wonder in the world. And if you've missed out on it, I wanted to share with you some of that wonder in this video. Now, as you know, I make these instruments. I've got videos on how to make them out of cardboard tubes, how to make them. I've got one out of a toilet paper tube, for crying out loud. We've made Native American flutes out of everything from cutting boards to, I guess, tiki torches, tobacco stalks, sunflower stalks. I made one with a Dremel so that you could see how easy it is to make Native American flutes with a Dremel. I mean, honestly, I know I mentioned it in the video, but that's kind of how I started making these instruments, was with a Dremel in some respect. Now, I've also mentioned the one that my granddad taught me how to make, where we took our pocket knives and bumped it, and eventually we'll have a full-length video about that one, but you got to remember that one's real close to home, so it's not something that I'm going to share just lightly anyway. I've talked about it and I've shown you how to make the whistle that we make, but I've never shown you that process yet. I'm going to get there, I promise. It's been on my list. But today, in addition to showing you how to play this wonderful flute, the thing I wanted to share with you is about being positive. And I know it's difficult, believe you me. Anybody that has ever been depressed before in their life, which I'm sure it's only one or two of you, but in all honesty, we all go through these kind of things, and it's troubling and it's difficult and it's hard. And the one, I subscribe to on one of the apps that I use, and I'm not telling you to go out and subscribe to something on an app. This is a communications app, so it's just kind of happenstance that I get this information in there. But I get this thought of the day, and once in a while they'll come up with like a real gem. But today I'm going to share with you one of my own, and this one is I feel like it's kind of important. It's really about who I am. Now, any of you who have ever exercised or looked into health food in your life, which, if my guess is right, not even being critical of people watching my videos, but just like of the world in general, it's probably only about 15 to 30% of humanity that thinks about that. But you've probably heard about calories in, calories out. That means if you eat a lot of calories, you need to go use those calories to ensure that they don't, make you gain weight or something of that nature. I've studied a lot. That's not always 100% right. I'm not telling you go out and eat a box of Twinkies right now. That's a bad idea. And I'm not putting Twinkies down. No, that's like the most magical food in the world. But does that mean you need to eat it ever? It's kind of up to you. I haven't eaten a Twinkie in and I'm not really interested in eating one either. But anyway, I wanted to share with you how it is that we've done a lot of what we've done in life. And I say we, I mean my family and I. We've traveled. I've played this instrument and taught how to make it all over the place. We've made tons of videos, got one book out, another one on the way, and a third one that's almost finished. Just a lot of stuff going on, and have recorded numerous albums. About to put out another one. But like I say, this isn't about my flute music so much as it is to how, I guess, I stay positive as I can. And when times get difficult is usually when I kick into super positive mode, if I can help it anyway. I get sucked under the bus sometimes too, don't get me wrong. I mean, I try my best. But especially back during the 2019 through 2023 or 4 era of humanity, that we all started putting certain, I guess, labels on things. And I'm not speaking specific about a particular label. I'm just talking about that's how, for whatever reason, I'm sure that's how that era is going to be remembered. My wife and I had been trying to lose weight for a while. You may notice in some of my very early videos I had a few extra pounds, actually 70 almost. We started losing weight and trying to get healthy and exercise and stuff. And during the whole COVID thing, you know, where a lot of people were getting really sad and depressed, and a lot of my friends actually put on a ton of weight. My wife and I stayed very trim, got very healthy. We started raising a lot of our own food. Now, I'm not telling you that's what this video is about, because not everybody has that option or opportunity. However, if you're able to watch this video, you might be able to get some positive things out of a little list that I've got in the info section of this video. And that is all of the YouTubers that I've followed since about 2019 or 2018. Some of them maybe a little longer, some of them more recently, but you'll notice that they all have one thing in common. And I would really like to say we all have one thing in common. Even though I don't put myself up there with these great people, you know, it's who I strive to, as far as YouTube goes, it's who I strive to do a lot of business like, because while each of them, and I can look at their names here on my list that I'm going to read to you in just a second, because I'm going to read it to you and then let you go to the info page. As I read their names, each of them do their own things. They're very unique and different, and some of my favorite ones here might be a little off the beaten path for you, some of them. But I'm going to read you their names, and like I said, I'm going to tell you what they do just kind of briefly. And tell you to check out my info page, and then go check out their channels if you're interested in being healthy. If you know, I have sciatic nerve pain. Most of you don't know this. You might see me hobbling sometimes, but due to three of these guys, technically 4 of them, they're actually the 4 on the top. They've actually helped me manage that a lot, as well as my own personal chiropractor. Paul, thank you. I know you don't watch my videos, but thank you so much. He's a great guy, very supportive. And coincidentally, one of these people I'm going to read you the name of is a chiropractor, but that's not what he does on YouTube. So, like I said, if you want to put some positive things in so that you can get some positive things out of it, these people might help you. They help me, and I watch them regularly. See, I'm looking through the list. Not a single one of them I haven't watched this week. So, you know, there's one of them who puts out videos like I do on a very rare occasion, but he has millions of followers, so not quite like I do. If y'all want to share this video with anybody or my others, please do. But starting off at the top of the list is Thomas DeLauer. He has been on Men's Health magazine. He is a health and fitness guru, brilliant dude, come from, you know, humble beginnings, and, you know, very overweight like myself, and got rid of it and didn't want to go back, and that's where he's at today. Brilliant dude. You start touching on his videos, you might get something a little over your head, but I promise you'll get something out of him. Dr. Eric Berg. And Dr. Eric Berg is the chiropractor I mentioned, but his videos are all about health and nutrition. Brilliant, brilliant dude, and really helped me straighten out my diet a lot. And my wife, her diet's always been pretty good, but mine's been failing most of my life, and he's kind of put me on the path. And we watched both of those heavily during the whole COVID thing, because we needed to stay focused and positive and go in the right direction. The next one, also one of the 3 that we watched during the whole COVID thing, is Max. His channel is called Gravity Transformation. Oh my gosh. If you just take the name of the channel, Gravity Transformation, you know what it's about. He is health and workout and exercise, weight loss, a young fellow, and I'm going to tell you right now, one of my favorite YouTube channels. Just top notch. Something else about Max. millions of subscribers, does his own thing. He owns some gyms. He owns a exercise app. He's got a program, like a free X amount of time if you try it. I never tried it, but I've learned so much from this guy. And a young fella, he's half my age. Very neat dude. I will tell you, today we watched the first video he put out in months. He's slowed down on putting videos out, but he helps a lot of people. He really does, and I've seen it. I mean, I really have. He's a good dude. And then the next one, who I didn't pick up on much until after the whole COVID thing, about 23, I guess, is when we started watching him, was Jeremy, who has a channel called Built with Science. And his channel, you know, truth be told, is more about exercise and building muscle, but that's not all it's about. And it's mostly about being healthy. You know, so these top 4 people, amazing for wanting to be healthy. Now, this next one, some of you on my channel might know this guy, Self-Sufficient Me. His name is Mark. He is in Australia. The other guys, I think, are all in the U.S. Yep, they're all in the U.S. But Mark is in Australia, and I guess a couple of years ago, I sent him a flute and he played it on his channel, and a lot of his viewers started watching my videos. That's not the reason I sent him the flute. I just wanted to thank him for everything he's done. And at that point in time, it was probably easier to find where to ship it. Whereas today, you know, most people try to obscure their information as best they can so that, you know, some weirdo doesn't, you know, make you feel negative about things. But anyway, Mark is a great dude. Even if you're not interested in growing anything, I would really recommend watching his channel because you'll learn a lot about it. And let's just face it, if something happened and you needed to learn how to grow something, it's not the time that you're in the ocean that you need to learn how to swim. You need to learn how to swim before you get out in the ocean, and that's the guy to teach you. A new one that we've started watching also that is a gardening channel, which once again, you know, I don't know if y'all are interested in gardening or not. Most of you probably not, or you're maybe not even capable of doing so, but I've got to tell you, watching something grow from the time that it's put in the ground until it grows. You know, I've got a family line of people with the last name of Farmer in my family, which is important. So anyway, the next one, I have never remembered this guy's name. I think it's Anthony, but I'm not really sure, but he's the Millennial Gardener. If you look up the Millennial Gardener, you'll find out that he moved from like New Jersey to North Carolina, and he grows everything. And he's given me tips. Once again, another dude that's several years younger than me, give me tips that even my parents and grandparents may not have known. Really neat stuff. I turned on his channel today and found, you know, how to determine whether or not my plants are too much in the shade. This is positive stuff, really is reinforcement. Now, if you've got all these positive things in your life, and then you go off and you're addicted, which is very easy to get addicted to, people screaming at video games or people screaming about, you know, world events or what have you. And there are world events that it's okay to feel bad about. There really are. I mean, there's a lot of them I have, but these people here and, you know, my attitude of doing things has really helped me to push through all of that. But there's another way. There is yet a third path. You can actually find somebody who maybe is interested in these things that you're interested in, that may be negative, if you want to call them that, or obscure, or conspiracies, or there's so many ways that you can color this. At least in English there is. But this guy is the most positive dude yet. It's called the Why Files. And he's got like a little goldfish on his channel that talks to him, right? His name is AJ, and the goldfish is Hecklefish, obviously. You know, it's not what it sounds like. It's not, I mean, it is kind of Jim Henson, but it's not, you know. But the videos he makes tell you about, you know, like the elixir of life that you probably heard about in Harry Potter, and you might want to know what that's about. And you probably spend an hour looking on the internet back in the day, and you became a master of this information, and you followed it away and never thought about it. This guy has a video that will tell you about it and debunk everything that's debunkable and prove everything that's provable, and very honestly so. Just amazing. So the Why Files with AJ and Hecklefish, good stuff. Once again, millions of subscribers. They don't need me to tell you guys this. I wanted to tell my people this because this is how I stay positive. Anyway, you'll find the links to their videos in my info section, And like I said, I try to model a lot of my videos after this whole positivity thing and try to share things with y'all so that you can learn and grow and what have you. And if you just had 5 minutes, or maybe even made a note of these people's channels and come back to them, amazing folks, really are. And like I said, I'm looking at the list. None of them, I think the Millennial Gardener at this point on the list probably has the least subscribers, and I'm not putting him down for that. I mean, he's amazing. Like I said, he taught me things I don't think my grandparents knew. But none of them need my help. I'm not doing this to get them subscribers or views. I'm doing this for you guys. Anyway, Charlie Mato-Toyela signing out for Blue Bear Flutes and bluebearflutes.com. Talk to you again really soon.